Music Con Brio students and families. This is a video for first year violin students, and in this video we will be reviewing some basics of the bow and we will be practicing the bow circle. So let's get started. First, when you take your bow out of the case, the first thing you need to do is to tighten the bow. So you take your bow and you hold it by the stick. Don't hold it by the frog when you tighten or loosen your bow. Hold on to the stick because that part has no danger of moving around. It's very secure. So hold on to the stick with your left hand, and then your right hand is going to turn the screw. And remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So when you're going to tighten the bow, turn the screw to the right. So for me, and I am not your mirror, I'm facing with my direction. So for me, this side is to my right. You'll have to figure out which side is right for you. It's that one. Okay, so I look at the bow, I turn my screw to the right, and I watch the bow hair as I'm doing that to make sure that I'm not tightening it too much. So the hair should be straight up and down, away from the stick, and the stick should have its normal, natural shape. If the hair is really far away from the stick and the stick is curving the wrong way, that is too tight. Make sure you loosen it a little bit. So this is a perfect amount to tighten your bow. Okay, so now that it's tight, you are ready to play. Let's put on our bow hold. And remember, you should do this sitting down. I'm going to show you standing up so that you can see. But you should be sitting down. You can get your bow arm ready, get your bow hand ready on your lap. That is your right hand. So again, this is my right, but your right is on that side if you're watching this video, okay? So figure out your own right hand. Get it relaxed and ready on your lap. And then your stick should be pointing off to the right. And hold the screw with your left hand and gently put the bow into your bow hand. It should be in the first knuckle of your fingers, and then your pinky should jump up on top. Okay, so the other fingers are wrapped around the stick. We don't want to see other fingers like the ring finger trying to be like the pinky and going up on top. The ring finger has the bow in the first knuckle. It's wrapped around like this, okay? Then bend your thumb, and the tip of your thumb goes in that little space between the gripper and the frog, right in there. Now, does the thumb go inside the frog like this? No, because frogs don't eat thumbs, as Miss Carol always says. So, the thumb goes in that little space between the grip and the frog. Okay? So, check everything. Check to see if the bow is in your first knuckle. Check to see if your pinky is up on top. Make sure your fingers are all lined up in their proper spot where they need to go. So your pointer finger should be up towards where the metal part starts here, the winding. Your middle finger should be on the grip. Ring finger should be kind of across from where the silver piece of the frog is. And your pinky, of course, should line up with the dot, or where the dot would be if you had one. Okay, so now our bow hold is ready to go. We can turn it up and down, and we can do our Up Like a Rocket song. Let's do it together. Up like a rocket, down like the rain, back and forth like a choo-choo train, round and round like the great big sun, up on your head, bent pinky and thumb. Check to make sure your thumb and pinky are bent, beautifully curved. Good. Okay, now that your bow hold is ready, we can talk about the 3 parts of the bow circle, and we can do some practice. So let's get our violins. Okay, go to rest position. And this is why we prop our rest in the bout of the instrument, because our right hand is holding onto the bow. So we get into our nice rest position. In rest position, your bow hold can be at rest. So that means you put your finger through in between the stick and the hair, and you wrap your finger around and put your thumb on top. Notice when I do this, the frog is facing out away from me. So never ever do it like this, because that means your finger has to wrap around the hair and we don't touch the bow hair. So the stick is toward me and the frog is facing out. This is my rest position bow hold. Okay? But right now we're talking about when we're about to play. So you have your bow hold set and ready. You just put it on while you were sitting on the floor. Then we're going to stand up. We go to rest position. And we're ready to put our instrument up. So we do our violin workout steps to get there. Step 1, your feet. Check your feet. Step 2, step 3. Our instrument is in position and we're ready to place our bow on the string. So for a bow circle, we want to place our bow at the frog. And what that means is put it right next to where the frog is. So for other songs that we've already learned, like rock and roll, you started in the middle of the bow, right? You went middle to the tip and tip to the middle. But for this bow circle activity, we're going to place the bow at the frog. So if your bow is right here, pick it up and move it to where the frog is. That's called playing at the frog. Okay, and then we're going to start right now with the E string. We're going to do each string in turn. So for the E string, your bow level is pretty low. Your arm is down low, even with where the E string is. The E string is the highest one. So we place our bow on the E string, and that's the first part. Place. Place. Then play. Then ring off. Circle the bow back around. That's the part that we use to get the name of the circle, because our bow is making a circle shape to get back to the frog. So place, play, ring off, and circle. Place, play, ring off, and circle. One more time. Place, play, ring off, and circle. Now, very good. Here are some things to watch out for. When you play with the bow, you want to make sure that it stays on the road. The road is the part between the bridge and the fingerboard. So this whole area right here is the road. And we want the bow to stay on the road, meaning if we start to see that our bow is going crooked, we fix it. Pick it up and try again. Now the reason the bow is probably going off the road is because our arm needs to open straight out in front of us. Notice, if I open my arm straight in front of me, it stays on the road. Place, play, and it's on the road, isn't it? If I start bringing my arm back sideways like this, my bow is guaranteed to go crooked and go off the road. So I need to fix it. I bring my hand out in front of me instead of to the side. So parents, keep an eye on this with your child. Make sure that their bow is staying parallel to the bridge and that they're opening their arm straight out in front of them, resisting the urge to open up way wide like this. So let's try it again on the E string. Our nice bow hold is ready to go. We follow the 3 steps. Place, play, keep it on the road, then ring off, circle, place, play, and ring off, and circle. And remember, a ring off means the bow is moving until you lift it off. We don't want to stop the bow and then lift it, because the sound won't ring that way. We want it to sound beautiful and resonant. Good. Okay, so those are the 3 steps to doing the bow circle, and some reminders about keeping the bow on the road and parallel to the bridge, as well as how to do a nice ring off. So next we're going to practice doing bow circles with each individual string, because our next song we're learning, Around the World, involves doing bow circles on every string. So we'll start doing one string at a time, paying extra careful attention to our bow levels as we go. So let's start with the E string, even though we just practiced it. This is a great way you can later, after you watch this video a couple times, you can skip to this part and have your child, or kids if you're watching, play along with the video to practice bow circles for each string. Okay, are we ready? Rest position, and then step 1, 2, 3. Check your nice bow hold. Make sure everything is in place. And then we're starting with the E string, so place at the frog on the E string with the correct bow level. Ready? Place, play, and ring off and circle. 2 more on the E string. Place, play, ring off and circle. Place, play, ring off and circle. Now we're going to move to the A string. So place on the A. Is this the right bow level for the A string? Lift your elbow to the correct height. Is this the right bow level for A string? No. Make sure it's the correct A string level. Not too high, not too low. Place, play, ring off and circle. Place, play, ring off and circle. One more. Place, play, ring off and circle. Next, we're moving to the D string. So adjust your bow level. Place at the frog on the D string. Place, play, ring off and circle. Place, play, ring off and circle. Place, play, ring off and circle. And finally, let's move to the G string. The G string bow level is the highest bow level, even though it's the lowest string. So lift your elbow higher up to the G string level. Place, play, ring off and circle. Opening your arms straight out in front of you to keep your bow on the road. Place, play, ring off and circle. Place, play, ring off and circle. So that is our bow circle exercise for today. And just one more thing to watch out for, bow troubleshooting, is make sure that you are relaxed in your arm, in your bow arm. If you're gripping very tightly on the bow, you'll be able to hear it in the sound. It'll sound like this. And we don't want that, and we don't want you to feel tense in your arm either. If you have a really good bow hold on your bow, you will not drop it. There's no reason to be afraid of that and cause you to grip. So set your bow hold, and then hold it very relaxed, loose arm, very comfortable, and just move the bow. Very smoothly, okay? And as always, if you have any questions, you can contact us and we'd be glad to help you out. So enjoy, happy practicing.